When chess is the topic, then there aren't many other things that concern Magnus Carlsen at the current moment. But even chess has seen sides of Magnus Carlsen that it would rather avoid. Carlsen might have played chess with passion, happiness, anger, and many other ways throughout his career. However, one astonishing way he's approached the game of chess is while being completely drunk. This might not sound true at first, but it certainly is. And playing the game drunk isn't even the best part. Carlsen ended up defeating this player, who was a chess master. That is like killing 3 birds with a single stone. So you can imagine how stoked Carlsen must be after winning this game. We will give you all the details about this game and how it happened, especially the part about how Carlsen ended up playing a chess game when he was drunk out of his mind. Taking on a chess master with the added element of alcohol must be a fun sight for onlookers. However, let us look at how Carlsen approaches the game. If someone comes to place a bet on this game, then they would probably think twice about placing their money on Carlsen. What if he fails to think straight with alcohol in his system? That's a perfectly good possibility. On the other hand, the opponent has a good chance to capitalize on Carlsen's drunk state and win against him. Will this opponent grab this opportunity with both hands? It is yet to be seen. The game took place in a private club in Oslo, Norway, the country where Carlsen is from. So, one could imagine he was here to enjoy a good time with his friends and have dinner and a few drinks. Well, all the information is correct here, apart from the fact that we mentioned drinks to be few. They were not few now, were they? As the evening unfolded, Carlsen started sipping on his drinks, which became too much to count after a few rounds. This guy invited him to play chess with him in this club, and the player was eager to defeat him. But looking at how much alcohol Carlsen had, it took time to tell whether the match would go through. The game's rules were simple, and the players had to avoid being checkmated. If time ran out, the player with the most pieces on the board would be the winner. The rules might have been simple, but the stakes were extremely high. With a few people surrounding the two players, the fun was about to begin in no time. The thing we get to know about Carlsen in his drunken state is that he has embodied the game of chess to a different level than the rest of us. He has learned every pattern by heart and has imprinted every move in his head to the point where it is simply muscle memory. As the game begins, Carlsen plays black while the opponent is white. Carlsen starts right on the offensive while his opponent plays a more defensive game than usual. This is probably to tire Carlsen out and make sure he makes a mistake in his drunken state. Although that might be the idea for the opponent, he needed to figure out what was in store for him. As chess experts looked on and analyzed the game, they couldn't help but be wowed at how incredible Carlsen was playing even while drunk. As mentioned, it is nothing more than Carlsen's greatness because he's been playing the game since childhood. This is the least one would expect from the greatest chess player in the world. On the other hand, other people were cackling and laughing about how one can play chess like this. It would have been surprising if it were someone else, but since he's the best chess player in the world, you would expect him to do well at the game, even in his sleep. There were noises of, "I can't believe he's pulling this off while drunk, and I don't think he's going to finish the game." This shows that Carlsen is genuinely one of a kind and that he's defying these people single-handedly, all while playing against the chess master. One of the onlookers said out loud that Carlsen's drunken state was making him play chess better, so they should all be playing chess while drunk. This caused a lot of people to laugh out loud, but Carlsen was still invested in his game. But that didn't mean that Carlsen wasn't enjoying himself at all. Usually, Carlsen's body language doesn't tell much when he's playing a game. In this game, he showed a lot of emotions, probably because he was drunk to such an extent that he was very expressive. He appreciated the opponent's moves and even applauded him sometimes. This is very unlike Carlsen. However, this could also be because this was a friendly match and so many people surrounded him. The other instances where Carlsen is usually competitive bouts. As we reach the end of the game, we can still see Carlsen having a casual attitude. It's not that he wasn't invested in the game, it was just that his drunken state had gotten the better of him. So instead of entirely focusing on the game, he was also having some fun on the side. He would talk to his friends and smile now and then. This was making his opponent a little uncomfortable too. He saw how comfortable Carlsen was, and this would eventually give Carlsen the win. Carlsen played a risky move toward the end of the game, where he brought his rook out. Carlsen had 7 pieces on the board in the game, while his opponent had 6. So, the game was evenly poised. However, this one from Carlsen was done so that he could trick his opponent into making a mistake. The game went down to the wire, and you could see the nerves on both players' faces. Although the chess master was more carefully plotting out his moves, Carlsen too was nervous. However, he did an excellent job of hiding his nervousness, but the opponent knew that the end of this game was quite near for him. It is why he didn't bother going the extra mile to overthink it, and maybe turn the tables on Carlsen. He had his king trapped by Carlsen from everywhere, and with no way to go, he accepted defeat. He offered a fist bump to Carlsen right at the end, signaling that he had lost. Only after the fist bump occurred the crowd realized Carlsen had won. The crowd went into a loud applause. When he returned the fist bump to his opponent, Carlsen told everyone to quiet down with applause and congratulated the player for his efforts. He shook his hand and appreciated the valiant effort from the opponent. Although the chess master was disappointed that he lost the game, he accepted his defeat gracefully. So we get to know from this entire chess match that when you're Magnus Carlsen, it doesn't matter if you play a chess game sober or drunk. You are going to win by hook or by crook. It did seem at times that Carlsen might slip up and make a mistake while playing, but that never happened. His control and focus while playing the game are on another level, and the chess master got a taste of that. Carlsen will be proud that he won a chess game while drunk. It is something he can put on his long list of achievements. So, to everyone wishing to play Magnus Carlsen while he's drunk, time to drop this plan. It would be far better if you prepared to play against him when he's sober.